So good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the session. Today we are going to understand two of the most important technology used in modern data center and cloud infrastructure, Palo Alto Firewall for security and F5 LTM for the application availability. Before we start the session, I want to understand the background of the audience, how many of you already known for know CCNA basics? Hello, Ravinder, I can't hear you properly. So, acha, let me. I know. Okay, okay, that's fine. And what about others? You guys already experienced, correct? How many of you already working on Palo Alto Firewall? Anyone who is already working on Palo Alto Firewall? Vijay, Sudhir, Sasank, Ajay, can you please unmute yourself? If you are working, you can acknowledge. Hardik, Tapan.
No, we haven't got it. I haven't got a chance to work on it, but I know that theoretically some, but not
Okay,
much.
okay, 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 fine. And how many of you are already working on Palo Alto, means F5 load balancer, F5 LTM या load balancer?
I work on the Palo Alto previously
Vijay,
as well. Yeah.
okay.
So
Uh,
I haven't got the chance to work on the FI load balancer, but I have
means
total
you know
nine.
about F5, correct? What is F?
I
Mm-hmm.
heard that load balancer, but
Mm-hmm.
the mainly I am currently working on the Palo Alto firewalls, all the firewalls, Palo Alto FortiGate and Checkpoint since
Mm-hmm.
9 years.
Oh, great. How many of you, yeah, if anyone completely new to IT, no, doesn't know anything about IT, SCCNA, anyone? Perfect. So today I will explain concept in a way that both. One second. Call got disconnected. Someone calling me. Let me disconnect. No worry. So both means can understand who is beginner and experienced engineer can understand today concept. So first we'll start the why we need Palo Alto and F5 LTM. We'll start from this. What is the requirement of Palo Alto NS? So what are you guys aware about Palo Alto means what Palo Alto does, what LTM does? Basic thing. Anyone? What is the
Yes.
use case of Palo Alto?
Actually, Palo Alto is the security device and managed from the security from organization. Like you are
Mm-hmm.
building app ID, secure the
Yeah,
network over the
yeah,
applications.
correct, perfect. Yeah. So today almost every industry is talking about AI. Banking, healthcare, cybersecurity, network automation, and even education. So whether you realize it or not, many of you are already using. How many of you already using AI, Chat GPT, yeah, any chatbots, yeah, Copilot, even yeah, Netflix, yeah, YouTube recommendation also working on AI. So if even if you are not aware, you are already working in AI. But the question is why is AI becoming so important today? So for securing and scaling modern application with Palo Alto and F5 LTM, how we can do the agenda of today demo session. Why modern data center relies on security and availability. Okay. First, we'll understand how traffic flows in a network. Okay. Then we'll understand the other concept. Can you guys, Prasad, can you please mute yourself if don't have any question? I'm completely new to this field. Who is Tapan? Okay, Tapan. So modern application, whether it's related to AI, non-AI, that should be must be secure, scalable, and always available. Enterprise rely on Palo Alto for security and F5 LTM for traffic management. These technology from the core of modern data center architecture. And today we'll understand why almost every enterprise infrastructure uses these two technologies together. So whenever user initiate a traffic from internet, this let's suppose this is internet, first go to the firewall. So firewall could be anything like a FortiGate, ASA, checkpoint, Palo Alto. Palo Alto is most demand. So why it is in most demand, I'll explain bit later. First we'll understand how traffic flows. So it will land to the, let's suppose someone want to access www.abc.com. abc.com is a abc.ai. Let's suppose we'll discuss about abc.ai is a critical application, AI application that should be always available, that should be secure. Let's suppose how AI provide the output. Anyone? Based on the data, correct? Where data is stored? In data center. So request will come from internet. It will go to the first will be filtered over firewall. Then it will go to the F5 LTM, and F5 LTM. What it will do? It will simply distribute the traffic. That's how through a Palo Alto we provide security, and F5 LTM we provide the always available. Okay, that is the requirement of the two technology. The rise of AI-driven application. How traffic AI is changing modern IT infrastructure. Behind every AI tool, there is a powerful infrastructure running in the background. Where AI runs? AI runs a network. For securing those applications, we need firewalls. To make it always available, we need load balancer. AI application handle massive data and user requests. For massive data, we need massive network. Millions of users may access same application simultaneously. Modern infrastructure must support performance, security, and availability. And how we can provide performance, how F5 provide performance, how Palo Alto provide security, and how we can scale that application. We'll discuss bit later in today class. Okay. What is the security challenge in modern application? Anyone? AI application process sensitive data. Many of you already working on AI, and knowingly, unknowingly, you are sharing your personal information, sharing some logs of organization. So uh, we need to secure the data. Sometimes what we do, let's suppose we are doing some troubleshooting, we paste the log, we paste the input and ask for some output. So we are sharing our critical data to AI. Cyber threat includes malware, ransomware, and applications. So many of the even attackers are getting more sophisticated. They are using AI to compromise our network. Traditional firewall check. So how using traditional firewall can't protect that? So traditional firewall only check port, but Palo Alto identify application and threats. Okay. So we'll see under why Palo Alto called it next generation firewall, and we will compare with the traditional firewall. Okay. Why load balancing critical for modern application? What is load balancer? Any of you aware about load balancer? What F5 LTM does, it ensure applications should be fast, scalable, and always available. That is the use of F5 LTM. I'll let you know what is F5 and what is LTM, but you need to understand LTM is a kind of load balance. It do the load balance, distribute the traffic between available among the servers. AI platform receive huge traffic from global users, correct? A single server cannot handle millions of requests. That's why we need multiple server, and using LTM we can distribute the traffic. Okay. So Tapan, you were saying something?
How many of you are
Tapan,
clear on this? So basically, it can be completely secure if you want. It
I
can
can't
be
hear
a
you. I can't hear you. Fix your mic.
want to do it with no doubt.
Why application delivery is critical in AI era? First we understand because high bandwidth will require big data center. Low latency should be not there. Massive API calls, real-time response, we need high concurrency. So if network is slow, AI is useless. Okay. If server is overloaded, there is no use of that application. AI can crash. AI app can crash. For these two things, for provide security and F5, sorry, availability, we use F5 and Palo Alto. Why we have choose these two combo? Because if you'll see hiring for any company, almost all of the company is looking for Palo Alto and F5 LTM, and these are the killer combination. Okay, so if you are looking for hike, if you want to change your job, even if you are working in any organization, if you want to change your role, you can do this course. Okay, now any query? Now first we'll start with F5 LTM training session. I'll give the highlight of F5 LTM training, what I'm going to cover, and after that I'll cover the Palo Alto. Both the courses, F5 LTM plus Palo Alto, that is I'm offering in 12K, which is 11,999. It's 80 hours live class, approx 30 hours for the F5 LTM, 30 hours, and 50 to 55 hours is Palo Alto. Okay. Palo Alto, we have batch Monday to Friday, 9:30 p.m. I'll be covering Palo Alto. I'll cover from scratch. I'll show you the what I'm going to cover. And F5 LTM I'll be covering on weekend. So weekend we have two batch. One is 11 to 1 and 10 to 9 to 11, 11 to 1, and an evening 9 to 10:30. Okay. So that is on F5 LTM we have this session. Okay. And what I'm going to cover, I'll show you in training module. Till now, any question query from anyone? Bijay,
Yes, actually Monday to Friday I can't be able to attend because I have my shift from 5:30 to almost 5 to
is it
midnight.
fixed shift?
Yes, it's US
Okay.
shift.
Okay. So we'll plan for what about morning? Morning, what time you can join?
Morning actually I'll be wake up at around 11, 12. It's
So
depend on that.
okay,
So
okay, okay.
because
So
every day
I
I'll
got you.
be
I got you.
welcome late.
So better you can join only weekend session. So first of all, let me introduce myself. Myself Varun. I have total 14 years of experience. I am working in Deloitte as a consultant. I am working on Palo Alto and F5 LTM GTM WAP. I have done many certification. I started a career as a network engineer, then switched into security. Then nowadays I got more interest into LTM GTM WAP, including Palo Alto. So I am kind of working as an architect. So in session I'll be covering real time of scenario. Okay, so since I'm working, I know which type of task do we get on day-to-day basis. If let's suppose we got some issue, how we can identify whether it's related to F5 LTM or Palo Alto. If it is related to F5, how we can troubleshoot. If it is not related to F5 or Palo Alto, what artifacts we can give that. So I'll even I'm since I'm working, I usually work on P1 P2. You guys must be aware what is P1 P2. So I'll uh, during the class I'll tell you the story. What was the issue? How did I fix that? How identify the issue? Okay. So I'll cover this thing. Who is joined from iPhone? Can you please rename yourself? Hello. 1 second. Someone is pinging me. 1 second. I will not take much time. Any other query from anyone? Hi Ajay. Better to unmute and try to communicate. Okay. Sometime I miss the chat.
Hi, sir. This is Arjun.
Yeah, Arjun, go ahead.
So, what is the to go for this Palo Alto training? What is the requirement skill to learn it?
Okay, I'll cover that part. So how much experience do you have?
I have around 15 years of experience in IT in telecom industry.
Okay, okay. So I'll cover that. When I'll start with F5 LTM, they are prerequisite. I'll let you know. So what is the prerequisite? Any query regarding timing, course, anyone, content, what I'm going to cover, I'll come. It will come later. So I'll start the session. I'll take it as no, and I'll move. Yeah, Tapan.
Sir, I'm completely non-technical. I'm
So
coming from non-technical
then
field.
it's not for you, bro. Connect me later. Okay. So you have to start for with CCNA. Anyone else which don't know about CCNA or basic networking? Who has joined from iPhone? I am removing you from the session if you are not on.
Yeah, hi, this is Mallikarjun.
Yeah, Malika. Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I don't have experience on networking. Only I have experience on the Linux. Am I
Okay.
suitable
So,
to for this or else?
so what is the purpose of Palo Alto and why are you looking for this training?
No, no, I'm job. I mean, career shifting for this. I'm looking
So
for
do you
this.
have basic understanding of network like
Uh,
IP routing, switching?
yeah, yeah, that what I'm
Then that it would be
like.
sufficient. If you don't know anything like Tapan was like completely new, then it would be
Mhm.
then it would be difficult. Okay.
Mhm. Like I know
Okay.
just IP routing, like
Yeah,
switching.
yeah, that would
Uh,
be fine.
that thing
Okay,
only I
so
don't. I
mhm.
know.
So let's start F5 LTM session, and after that I'll little bit cover Palo Alto, and we'll cover the session. Tomorrow we'll be connecting at again 9 p.m. for the session. Okay, and two three people have already done the registration, so I'll cover this later. Okay, so let's start the session. First, what you will get in this training, I'll cover that. Session timing, live we can discuss. We have weekend and weekdays batch both available. Complete let's up. First, we'll help you to build the setup, step by step guidance, license images. I'll provide you. Real time troubleshooting, how you can do the troubleshooting, hands on discussion of real production scenario, how you can identify, analyze, and fix the issue. So we'll cover that. Mock interview after the class, we'll schedule a mock interview. That would be group one and individual one as per your requirement. So you can let's suppose interview is scheduled, and if you want to if you need some support, if you want to discuss something, you can let me know advance. We can connect. I'll schedule a call for that. Dedicated doubt clearing session. Before I start every class, 10 to 15 minutes, I covered doubt clearing session, and after that I go for the next topic. Okay. Whatever we are covering today, yeah, later you'll get lifetime recording of that session. And after completion of this course, you'll get certification from IT skill path. Okay. So what is the course agenda? We'll start with and I think I made some slide here. Okay, it will I think come later. One second. Okay. So in module one, we are going to discuss about fundamental, let's suppose introduction of F5 and its component. What is the architecture of F5? How does it work? Initial big IP setup and LTM component. Okay. Then we'll cover in detail like in module 2, what is the virtual server pool, node profiles and monitor. In module 1 also I'll cover like how In F5 LTM without license, you can't perform anything. So how you can request for the license? F5 does provide license for the 30 days, and after that you can request again. So how we can request that, and after that how you can use that, I'll cover that. Okay. Then traffic management, how we can do NAT, SNAT, SNAT pool, what are these terminology? Then operation administrator, like how we can troubleshoot using CLI, TCP dump, and how we can see the logs, how we can, if any issue occurred, how we can check the log. Then how high availability and monitoring, like it's called in F5 DSC device service clustering. So I'll cover active passive and active active, and after that how we can upgrade in a HA without any impact, how we can upgrade in controlled way. Okay, how we can generate a QK view? What is a QK view? Like a tech support file. If you guys already working on Cisco AOL, you must be aware about tech support. Before raising a case, we need to attach some log. So this is the QK view file. We can attach to the iHealth portal, where it we can check for the health check and diagnostic. So we can upload and analyze the log. Okay. Next module would be a real world scenario like troubleshooting methodology. I rule is the most powerful feature of the F5. If some feature is not available by default in F5, through I rule we can achieve that, like redirection. And by default, let's suppose someone is coming from the Android, it should go to the particular server. Someone coming from iOS, it should be the go to the particular server. Like we can create a two server, a two application. What I want, someone using Mozilla, it should land to the some particular server. Someone using a Safari, yeah, other browser, it should go to the other server. So we can achieve it through iRules. I'll cover this in detail. Then F5 certification path. What is the certification path for the F5? Okay, and I'll help you with the certification. So that's it. So we'll cover in 6 module. What is the basic knowledge required? OSI concept should be clear. Basic Linux command, if you have, good to have. I think who is working on Linux? Mallikarjun, correct? You are already working in Linux. Yes. So F5 OS has been developed on Linux only. So it will be easy for you. And networking basic. If I'm saying networking basics, means what is the IP, what is the OSI, what is TCP, UDP, such concepts should be clear. Who should attend the training? Network engineer. If you want to switch in network security and network, you can also attend. If you are already working on F5, if you want to enhance your skill, then you can attend this session. If you are preparing for a certification, like it's called F5CA, you can attend this session. Okay. Now we'll understand what is F5 and big IP. Anyone aware about F5? What is F5? Anyone? What is F5? So I'll let you know. So F5 is please be please be communicate, make it interactive. Then it would be for me also. I'll more participate. Load balancer. Yeah. So if you know, you can unmute, and whatever you know, you can discuss, Ravindra. So F5 is not a load balancer. F5 is a company name. Okay. F5 is a company, and big IP is its platform. On this platform, they have different module like LTM, DNS, ASM, APM, AWG, AFM. LTM like a local traffic manager. DNS is kind of GTM, global traffic manager. What is the difference between LTM, GTM? I'll let you know. ASM, application security manager. APM like ASM used for the secure layer 7 attack. HWG secure Web gateway, application APM, application policy manager. F5 APM provide SSO and VPN solution from F5. Application firewall it mainly used to protect our console. So these are the different module we have in F5 LTM. So these are the product line, big IP DNS, WAP, SSL architecture, DDoS. For DDoS, they have separate module. Now we will understand in legacy before F5 LTM how traffic was working, how user communicating to a application. So let's suppose we had application, one critical application www.abc.com. If someone, let's suppose it's hosted in our organization, if someone will try to access www.abc.com, what will happen first? L- Let's suppose any of you, let's suppose try to access www.google.com. What will be the first step? How it will work?
Request should go to the DNS to resolve the DNS query.
Yes, correct. So first request will be go to the DNS and DNS provide the IP. After that, there would be TCP3 variants. Correct? TCP connection will be initiated if it is a TCP traffic. Correct? So let's suppose we had a multiple server. IP of server is, let's suppose IP of this server 11.1.1.1. This server IP is 11.1.1.2. This server is 11.1.1.3 and 11.1.1.4. Okay. What we have done, we know one server can't handle more traffic. Let's suppose there are 1,000 requests, one server can handle. Approx 10,000 also can end, but lakhs of users trying to access any of the applications same time one application can't handle if capacity is low. So what we can do, we added many server and behind the DNS we have created some record like all four we have mapped behind this 11.1.1.2, 11.1.1.3, 11.1.1.4. So let's suppose when user try to access this user try to access abc.com, it is reloading to 11.1.1, it will go to the app server. If this user trying to access same application, if it is resolving to 11.1.1.2, request will go to the server B. If this again, let's suppose resolving to 3, server C. For this, it resolving to D, so server D. So request how distribute. So kind of load balancing it was doing. Our DNS was doing the load balance. It's randomly resolving IP to the different IP. If it is resolving to a uh, 1, it will go to the B, and like resolving to a 4, it will go to the server D. If found these servers are getting overload, if you want to add one more server, we can add that too. What was the challenge in this scenario? If it was work serving our purpose, let's suppose server E. Also, we want to add 11.1.1.1.5. So we can add that. Ask DNS team to map this IP and DNS will start resolving the IP to this server. What was the challenge? Anyone? What will happen? Let's suppose any of the server goes down. So if DNS was simply resolving the IP, it was not monitoring the health status of the server. So if any of the server goes down, server A went down, server B utilization is 90%. So let's suppose this user it's resolving to 11.1. So for this user, it's a single point of failure. For this user, it's a resolving to 2. So page will slow very late. So it's also got single point of failure. Means DNS only resolving the IP. It was not monitoring the status of the server. Correct? So what is the issue? In legacy, what was the issue? Load balancer came in picture, maintain high availability. What it equally distribute the traffic, optimize server resources, protect app from attack, replicating. So how it does, it will come later. So what it will do earlier, one server is highly utilized, less having less load, so there was no kind of centralized monitoring. Then load balancer came in picture. What it does, earlier application was directly we were sending a connection to the application server. Now load balancer come in picture. Now we'll send the traffic to the VIP. VIP is called virtual IP. It's not a IP of actual server. So when connection will come, so it will go to the VIP. So what we can do, let's suppose I'll take a same scenario 11.1.1.100, and in backend we'll keep a private IP. Let's suppose 10.1.1.10, 10.1.1.1.11, 10.1.1.12, 10.1.1.13. Okay, so what it will do, let's suppose this server is some issue. So what will, behind one IP there are many server is working. So if server is issue, it will not send the traffic, it will send to which is working perfectly fine. So what it does, it provide 24 into 7 into 365 availability. Okay, so and also it distribute the client traffic across the multiple servers. So what it doing, earlier it was directly going to the web server, now connection will go to the F5 LTM app, and F5 LTM will distribute the connection to a backend server. Improve application availability and performance. Availability means any of the server goes down, connection will not, client will not feel any issue. If client will initiate, a user will initiate a traffic, it will go to the server, but if any server goes down, client will not face such any issue. And it also help to enhance the performance. How it helps to enhance the performance? Hello, whatever you know, at least participate. Don't think whether it would be wrong or right. Malika, Rahul, Bijay, Ravindra, Abid, can you guys please unmute and speak? Poonam.
There will not be any downtime, and it will reduce the
Yes,
response
correct. One
of
of
the
the
query.
reason, yeah, performance we are enhancing, that is called availability. So not directly performance. Performance, how we are enhancing. Let's suppose one server is highly utilized, will not send the connection to that server. So we are increasing performance. And one of the main feature of F5 LTM is SSL offloading. How many of you aware about and heard the name about SSL uploading? What is the SSL uploading? Anyone? SSL uploading. How many of you aware about SSL?
I heard, but not much idea about that.
Okay. Anyone else? At least yes, no, little bit. Rahul. Poonam, you can unmute yourself and you can speak.
Yes,
So, what is SSL? How many of you are aware about HTTP and HTTPS? What is HTTP?
this is unsecure and this is secure.
80 and 443 port
Yeah,
number.
So yeah, port is 80, TCP 80 and 443. Okay. So this is unsecure. Why it's not secure?
it's not secure because
Communication happen in plain text. Okay. Here communication happen in encrypted way. So what is the terminology? How SSL works? We have 2 to 3 hours class. So I'll cover during the class. But first, you guys need to understand what is the major difference between 80 and 443. So in 443 encryption, and for encryption we need a key. What is encryption? A scrambling of data. For encryption, we need key. And we from where do we get key? From SSL handshake. For SSL handshake is kind of bit complex. First connection is set to 480, then 443, then SSL handshake. Then after the key get generated, session key get generated, and using session key, what client does, client and server encrypt and decrypt the data. But what is the issue? SSL key generation process is a very compute extensive. It can degrade the performance of server. Due to that reason, what we do, SSL uploading. So whenever client will initiate a traffic, earlier what was happening, end to end encrypted. Okay, so it means server was encrypting and decrypting the data. So it might, yeah, let's suppose I'm not talking about one or two connection, millions of, yeah, lakhs of user trying to access that application at same time, and all server are busy with encryption and decryption and key generation. It might degrade the performance. So what we do can do, when client initiate a traffic, till load balancer, it will be encrypted. Encrypted means on 443, and F5 to backend server connection will be on 80, means we'll send the traffic in the plain text. What is the need of that? Means server now will not do encryption and decryption. But how we are providing security? I'm talking about LTM. LTM means our F5 device and backend server in same data center. If I'm saying it's data center is a physical palace, you can say that, and that is a very secure palace. No one can get access easily. So if the attacker want to capture the traffic, he need to sit in the data center, and data center is secure. So unauthorized access we don't provide. So in such scenario, what we do, SSL have F5 has a special engine where what it do, it simply upload the traffic, okay, and that uploading, we send a plain text communication to in backend. What other feature provide a scale application infrastructure? If you want to add, earlier we had dependency on the, so that is the that's how we enhance the performance. Any query? Are you guys aware about encryption? How encryption work? How 443? What is the certificate? Let's suppose I want to access google.com. How does it work? Anyone aware about this? Let's suppose I want to access YouTube. What is this? What is the certificate? How key get exchange? What is the certificate? How PC validate that certificate? What is the trust certificate, root certificate? Are you guys aware about this? If no, I'll cover this. Okay, so how communication happen end to end? How using Palo Alto Firewall with secure the traffic? How using F5 LTM we can make it always available? We'll cover that. How we can improve the performance of the any application? How eliminate single point of failure? Single point of failure, let's suppose there is only one server. If you are trying to access, let's suppose you are user and try to access one critical application, and so application went down due to XYZ reason. So that is called single point of failure. Means there is a business loss. Secure application traffic. How we can secure the application? Like earlier we were exposing our backend server on internet. Now what we are exposing our VIP, and VIP is a virtual IP. Even ideally we don't expose our VIP also. We do destination netting on the firewall. Okay. So that's how we are securing our application. F5 LTM is follow a full proxy architecture. What is full proxy architecture? How many of you aware about full proxy architecture? How many of you aware about proxy? Okay. Means only I think Tapan was a fresher. All of you already working somewhere. So you must be aware about proxy, correct? Hello. Are you guys with me? Malika, Poonam, Ravindra. First time I'm seeing such kind of batch where no one is speaking. I don't know what is the reason. Abid, can you hear me? Rahul, Hardik, Hardik, can you hear me? Are you guys doing something parallelly? Then why you can't unmute
You
yourself? I
already
don't know.
removed.
I'm
You mean
not able to understand this point.
Actually,
Even at
proxy
least
is the
no, yes, whatever you know, you can say that.
proxy is started
You
from
all are
setting.
experienced, must be handling some call and all. I don't know. Means, okay, what is proxy?
Proxy is server set at counter communication to the gateway between the user access and server access.
I can't hear you properly, Hardik. Your voice is lagging. Fix your mic. So proxy is kind of man in middle. When we initiate a traffic, first go to the proxy and proxy send the traffic to the actual server, backend server. So there are four types of proxy. So I'll proxy cover in later. So first you understand the type forward proxy like GScaler, Blue Code, then reverse proxy. F5 is also type of reverse proxy, then full proxy. F5 follow the full proxy architecture. And fourth one is half proxy. Okay. When client initiate a traffic to F5, yeah, virtual IP, there are two connection being formed. One is from user to F5 and F5 on maintain to the F5 to the backend server. So this is called front end. This is called backend connection. Okay. So there will be scene ag in front end, then again scene ag. Mean two times three-way handshake will happen between client to F5 and F5 to server. Okay, that is called full proxy. Big IP LTM act as a full proxy between user and proxy. Client connection and server connection are terminated separately. Creates a layer of abstraction and what is the benefit of that? Improve performance, security, and application availability. How it does that? What I was explaining. When client initiate a traffic, first go to the F5 LTM SYN packet. Client send a SYN packet to F5 LTM virtual server. LTM reply with SYN plus ACK to the client. Client means user who is sitting on the internet, and then client will acknowledge it. And after that, F5 will choose pool member. What is pool? Pool member node. It will come later. Then F5 will send a SYN packet to the backend server. Backend server will respond plus SYN plus hex, and after that F5 will acknowledge it, and then data will be transferred. Okay, that is called full proxy architecture. Means it maintain two separate connection between F5 and maintain two separate connection. What is the benefit of that? Which is two separate connection? One is from client to LTM AIF5 and one is server. Okay. What is the benefit of that? If client is sending application data, F5 can modify and send to the backend server. If client is sending encrypted data that I have already covered, let's suppose it's on 443, so it can decrypt and send into the plain text communication. Okay. If it's sending client compressed, then we can decrypt, F5 can decrypt and send to the uncompressed format. Okay. So that is called full, that is the benefit of full proxy architecture. Means full proxy architecture give the complete visibility of the application. Now we'll see the F5 GUI. How does it look like? By default, whenever get F5, it's a username is a root. I'll go to that slide as well. One second. Whenever we get a new box, default IP of the box is 192.168.245 for hardware. Okay. So why dot 1.245? Because when you convert this number IP to hexadecimal, one 192.168.1.245, it will appear last octet as a F5. That's why F5 choose this IP as a default IP. Okay. Default username and password is root. Username is root and password is default. For HTTPS from GUI, default username is admin and password is default as well. Okay. And that's how we get the access. So let's suppose I'll go to my F5 device. I have already reset my password, so it will not ask for change the password. Root big IP at the rate 123. Malik, I want to see the IP of my management interface. How I can see that? What is the command to see the management IP?
If config.
Hostname -i.
Uname
Oh, oh,
minus one second. So here you can see that F5 means TMOS. TMOS is a traffic management operating system. Operating system F5 is developed on Linux. Okay, version of Linux is this one. Okay, host name minus what did you say? If config is a command to see the IP from the Linux box. Okay, so this is my GUI 192.168, 192.168.29.147. By typing that, I can access my F5 devices. Okay. There are two shell. One is bash Linux where we can run a Linux based command, and that is one shell is TMOS. TMOS we can run show list. Let's suppose I want to see that list system command is not correct. Let's suppose I type li, and if I'll type tab, so it will auto complete the command. So list is management IP 29.147, same output. Let's suppose I'll go to the bash and I want to run this same command. s- List system management type. It will not take that. It will throw syntax error. I can't run tmos command to the from the bash. But if you add here tmsh in prefix, it will work. Okay. So we'll get same IP. So by typing tmsh, we'll go to the tmos cell. By typing quit, we can come to the bash cell. Yeah, let's suppose you are in tmsh, you can type here bash only. Yeah, run util bash. You can switch from one cell to another cell. In bash, we can run only Linux based command. Let's suppose I want to see the log, my box, cd var logs. I'll show you how we see the log and all each and everything in detail. So we can check our command. Okay. In tmsh, let's suppose create, delete, modify such type of command. We can do that. Again, I want to batch, I'll batch. If I want to change my system IP, we can go to the configuration utility and we can change IP from here. Let's suppose I want to change my IPv4. Yes. So you can give IP and change that. If you don't want to change, you can keep it. Say no. I want to cancel this. Okay. So based on the requirement, we can do that. So I did overview of F5 LTM. Now similarly, we'll go for the Palo Alto Firewall. Anyone who is already working on Palo Alto Firewall. So why Palo Alto is called next generation firewall? From next class, we'll cover what was the traditional firewall and why Palo Alto call is a next generation firewall. Okay. Before we start, anyone having any query F from F5? From tomorrow, we are starting at 9 p.m. Before we'll jump to the Palo Alto, I want any query you guys can ask.
Actually, I need one question. How
So
to live access,
how to?
have live of practical complete from
Hardik,
Palo Alto
Hardik,
firewall.
some issue with your mic. I can't hear you properly. Anyone can hear him. And excuse me,
Now,
guys. Someone at my door. I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay. I'll come back. Okay. Uh, Sorry, I'm back. Delivery guy was at my door. Okay. Now, what was your question, Hardik? So I think some issue with your mic.
actually, I will purchase this course. सर थोड़ा सा तो लैब एक्सेस
भाई आवाज नहीं आ रही है बिल्कुल.
I
now
think he was asking for the how soon we'll get the access to the virtual lab.
Virtual lab. Okay. So I'll help you to build a lab. You can discuss, call me on my phone. I'll explain the process. Abid, you have joined from two devices, correct?
No, one device, sir.
But it's appearing two time. Abid.
On maybe network issue, sir.
Okay, no worry. So now any other query from content course? What is F5 LTM timing? Then we'll simply jump to the Palo Alto. What is Palo Alto? Anyone aware about Palo Alto? What is Palo Alto?
सर आई एम न्यू मुझे तो मैं फर्स्ट टाइम आज ज्वाइन किया हूँ तो मुझे तो पता नहीं है.
Okay.
Firewall next generation path.
Okay. Palo Alto is a
फायरवॉल है इतना मुझे पता है. फायरवॉल यूज होता है.
okay. Palo Alto
फायरवॉल
next generation firewall and why it's called next generation. What is UTM and all? I'll cover bit since we have to very less time, so we'll not go in much detail. First, we'll understand what is Palo Alto. Palo Alto is a city in California. California, San Francisco Bay Area. Okay. Cisco name is also named after Francisco. How many of you are aware about this? So Palo Alto is a city name and it's also a company name. It's developed by a Nir Zurk, which is a Israeli American. Okay. He was working before in Checkpoint. Checkpoint is also a firewall and very powerful firewall. Okay. And also he worked in net screen checkpoint, and after that he went back, he left the job, he went back bankrupt and all, means he tried many times and developed Palo Alto. Palo Alto called is a next generation firewall. It has a capability to identify app ID, user ID, and content ID. That is a most powerful feature. Means it's not only allow the application, it can scan the traffic for the whether that content is legitimate or not. Whether it's not will allow only, it will identify, it can identify the user. Okay. So user app ID and content ID most powerful feature of the Palo Alto. Company serves approx 70,000 customers worldwide over 120, 150 countries. Okay. So if we'll go to the Palo Alto, you will see Palo Alto Wikipedia. 85 out of 100. You can, the company serves 70,000 countries in over 100 countries, including 85 of the Fortune 100. Fortune top and out of top 100 companies, top 85 is using Palo Alto. That's why all big company and very trusted brand. Okay, Palo Alto is a very trusted. So almost all in all big company will see they are using Palo Alto. Okay, and it got many awards. Now will I'll there is one more feature is single pass parallel processing. So when I'll be covering, so I'll introduce you it from GUI, how Palo Alto GUI looks like. So let's suppose I'll go to the Palo Alto, and here also default username and password is admin. Okay. Once you'll type admin, it will ask to change password. So first it will ask for admin. So old password was admin, and I'll create a new password. Admin at the rate 123. That's how it look like. If I want to see the IP, so how I can see that? So system info, it will give you the here also. If I'll type, let's suppose I type the source system, if I'll type tab, so it will give the hint, yeah, and auto complete the command. So system info, so it will give you the information about this one. What is the host name, PAVM, what is the IP address, net mask, from where IP it's getting, like DSCP, MAC address, each and every detail you will get. If you want to create a filter only with, let's suppose, with IP only, you can match an IP. Like in Cisco, we had command include. Here we can use that match IP. Yeah, see? So all the IP, like here also coming IP, so it is showing public IP, IP assignment, DSCP. So all matching related to IP it will show. Here also we have to shell, like one is operational and one is configuration. Here you can run like show, create, modify, operational ping, delete, debug, operational relate command from operational mode. If you want to go to the configuration, by typing configure, you can go to the configuration mode. If it is appearing like this one, it means it's operational. If you appearing like hash, so you can understand we are in configuration mode. So from configuration mode, you can do the configuration. Operational mode, use mode to view information about firewall and traffic running through. Okay, Palo Alto firewall operational mode command prompt sign is like this one, hash is this one. And if you want to switch from one mode to another mode by typing quit, yeah, exit, you can do that. And if you type configure, you can go to the configuration mode. Okay, clear? If you want, let's suppose I want to see the command. So Uh, filter command. What was the command? I'm unable to recall that. If you want, if you'll go to here, let's suppose I'll go to the back again, exit. If you want to ping Google, okay. So what is the command in simply in Cisco and all? What simply we can do? Ping and IP. But here we need to type host. Without typing, why it's not taking ping 8.8.8.8. It will not take. You have to type. Here you will see if I'll come here, there is a star. So star means mandatory. We have to type host, and after that 8.8.8.8.8. You can do that. Okay. Let's suppose I am in configuration mode. I want to type same command. CONFIG. Ping host. It will 8.8.8. It will not take. So what you have to do? There is a one option called run. In Cisco, like if you are working, if any of you guys working on Cisco, you must be aware about there is if you want to run someone command from configuration mode, you have to type do. Here that command is called run ping host. If you want to run ping and command was host, so it will work. Like if you want to run here, so system info, it will not take. But if you not add run in prefix, it will give the same output. So even if you want to run operational related command from configuration mode, you have to add prefix as a run. Okay. Let's suppose if you want to find command, let's suppose if you want to see the all supported command on Palo Alto, how you can see that? By find command, I will type here all supported command in Palo Alto, lakhs and millions of command, it will appear. But that is huge. You want to see some specific. So what you can do, you can do some filter like I want to see only show related command. So it will show you only show related command. Similarly, I want to see the command related to a interface. So it will show you interface related command. Okay. If you type Control L, it will clear your screen. Now, if I want to see my interface IP, show interface management, I can see my interface IP. My interface IP 192.168.29.43. 192.29.43. From here, I can get the access. Okay. Admin. I change my password, admin @123. I'll type that. Whenever you log into F5, it's give some welcome notification. You can close that. And that's how Palo Alto look like. There are 7 tabs. First one is called dashboard, then application command center, then monitor for log, policy for creating policy, objects if you want to create object profile, antivirus, data protection, DOS, all kind of thing we do in objects. In networks, network related like interface, IP zone, VLAN, virtual wire, virtual router, such thing we create in network. And device related function like if you want to create certificate, upgrade, setup, high availability, configuration audit, such kind of thing we can perform from the device. If in dashboard you will get complete overview of device. Let's suppose what is the uh, First we understand, let's suppose column. There are layout. It's showing 3 columns selected. 1, 2, 3. Correct? There are 3 columns here. 1, 2, 3. I want only in 2 columns. What we can do? Based on our requirement, we can simply select the 2. It will appear in 2 column only. Okay. If I don't want to see these config logs, so you can delete it. If we don't want to see the who had taken logs, we can remove that. So based on the requirement, we can decorate this dashboard. Let's suppose I want to see the column 3 SEC. I want to look here. This application should also appear here. I want to see the interface detail. Interface detail should come here. Application related, I want to see top high related command. It should come here. So you can arrange based on requirement. SEC is application command center. It's mainly for the reporting. If you want to generate a report, you can do that. Okay. Monitor means if you want to check the log, traffic log, thread log, URL filtering, system log, all the command system related command will appear here. Policy, like if you want to create a security policy, NAT policy, quality of services, policy based forwarding, decryption, tunnel inspection, or such kind of thing, we do it from policy tab. Then object, like creating object, custom object, addresses, antivirus profile, spywares, it comes under object. Network related like interface IP, VLAN, loopback, tunnel, zone, DSCP, it comes on the network. And device related like config audit, high availability, SSL, TLS configuration, upgrade, user creation, it comes on the user. Okay. So from class, we'll start from very basics, from how we change the IP, management IP, host name, from how we can assign the IP from CLI, how we can assign from GUI. Let's suppose I want to change a host name, I want to change the time zone. So I start from this basic. If I want to change the management IP, how we can check that. As of now, we are getting IP from DSCP. If I'll make it a static, how it will work. So each and everything from basic to advanced level, debug level, we cover in scenario. And even in 1 year 2 class, what I'll do, I'll take a Palo Alto and F5 LTM together and try to explain how end-to-end communication happen. When user initiated traffic from internet, it come to the internet router, then go to the F5 LTM, which type of traffic we need to identify, create, and after how it will transfer the traffic to the load balancer and how it will work. Okay, clear? Any query from today class, you guys can ask now. Okay, now we'll not go much detail. We'll start from tomorrow at 9 p.m. See you guys tomorrow. You can ask question now. It could be related to fish, timing, course, content, prerequisite, whatever you have any question, you can ask.
Only lab have to require only lab.
Lab setup, I'll help you to build in your lab. I'll share you the licenses, image and all. I'll show you. If you want lab from access of this lab, it will cost you 3,000 extra, because I also have to pay 3,600 for the each license. Okay, so I don't recommend this. I'll help you to build similar lab in your lab if you have that with no cost. I'll give you the license, I'll give you the image, I'll give you the steps, and I'll help you to build that. Okay.
And laptop configuration.
Sorry, network configuration.
So laptop configuration like hard lab.
Minimum 8 GB is needed. If you want to build in even G, then 16 GB minimum. Okay. So let's suppose if you better pay 3,000 per month, to you can increase your RAM of the your lab. Okay, you can easily do that.
Actually, recently I purchased laptop processor from AMD
Okay, what is the RAM capacity?
24.
Yeah, that is you can build your lab easily.
Actually, we are facing from virtual process period from EMG, Intel process, so AMD process.
Okay, that's fine. If you have you can easily build that lab. Then I'll share you the license of the VM, then EVNG and all. You can build that. Okay, no worry. That's simple. Any other question?
It will get the recordings.
Yes. So for regarding, thank you for asking. Recording after the class, you will get the recorded of the session and that is lifetime accessible. So for that, what you have to do, go to the itskillpath.com. There is a one section is called a student login section. You can click and register over there. Okay. After that, once registration will be done, I'll assign the course, and after every class, I'll upload the course on that portal, and you will get the access. Even you can download the mobile app from the Play Store, yeah, App Store. Application name is IT Skill Path. Okay, and you can save that video within like you save in the Netflix, yeah, Hotstar and all. You can watch that videos. Okay, so yes, you will get that, and that is also lifetime accessible. And even let's suppose you attended this session, concepts are not clear. Let's suppose you want to again join the next batch, you can do that as well in same price. No need to pay any extra amount.
I just wanted to know the for my shift it's evening shifts.
So you are free on
So
weekend, correct?
weekend is free, but I want to get the it's just brush up for me. Actually, I work in last organization. It's been 3 years gap for the Palo Alto. So I
So
just
see,
wanted to brush up. So
first you need to cover F5 LTM, and after that
Mhm.
we'll start Palo Alto on weekend. So you can
Mhm.
continue on weekend. Usually,
Okay.
let's suppose I can take a class at 9 p.m. AM, but usually I don't take because I also work 11 to 9 as a full
Okay.
time. So that is a major challenge for me. So morning, since you already woke up at 11, so it would be difficult. So you can continue weekend batch only. After this, many of the like 2 3 people are there who are already doing F5 LT, and after that they will do Palo Alto. So on weekend also I'll start the one Palo Alto batch, and you can join that. After this F5 LTM, you can will continue that Palo Alto one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mallikarjun for this side.
yeah, yeah,
How much
Malika.
experience we will get this for this course?
How much experience?
Experience. Uh-huh.
There is no such kind of experience, but let's suppose by doing this course easily you can in market, if you are very much in demand, and you can easily go for 25 and 30, I can say that. But if you have 2 3 means more than 2 3 year of experience, then it's good to have. Then you understand the you can showcase your like you have 3 or 4 years of experience on Palo Alto and F5 both, and you can easily ask up to 30 lakhs. Many of my friends and colleagues are getting this. Many of the
Mm.
students also got placed. So because very niche skill, means Palo Alto and both are very much in demand, and combination of the means you will see most of people are only working on Palo Alto, some are working on LTM, but both if you are know, then it's kind of killer combination.
Okay. But I don't have aware of that networking fully. Just I know
So you know,
little
don't
basic
need.
of
I
basic.
give you the prerequisite. If that prerequisite is clear, if you are aware about IP, if you are aware about what is the need of routing, what is the need of VLAN, what is how TCP communication happens. Even if you are Linux guy, so
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
understand you must be aware about TCP
Mm.
handshake, how TCP work, what is the difference between
Yeah,
TCP
yes, yes.
UDP. If you are, that would be better. Means that
Mhm.
would be sufficient.
That is I am aware of. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, then it is fine.
One more doubt. Now we are getting AI is getting like future is AI only, right? That is how much effect on this course? Is there any effect on this or else like
See, our
FI load
cyber
balance is there?
security, so work will increase because of AI, because everything you need more data. That's what I explained initially. Where AI
Mm-hmm.
data is hosted in data center somewhere. For maintaining data center, we need a network device, correct? To
Mm-hmm. Yes.
if you want to secure that, we need Palo Alto, yeah, any other firewall. If you want to make it always available, we need load balancer.
Mm-hmm.
Coding and all that is impacted, but I don't think network and security is impacted. If I'm seeing the job portal and all, I'm seeing huge demand of these courses.
Okay. You're discussing about only English language only, or else you're discussing Hindi also? Why? Because I'm
I
a
I'm comfortable with
South
more
Indian
Hindi.
guy.
I'm more
Uh,
comfortable with Hindi, but since many of the students has enrolled from South India, so I have to take in English.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
from
okay.
North. I'm staying in Noida
Yeah,
and
yeah.
working in Gurugram. So more comfortable
Mhm.
with Hindi.
Okay, but I don't have knowledge about Hindi, so
Uh,
that's
that
why I'm
that that
asking.
that that's why. So class will be in English only. So no worry. Few of the
Okay,
students
okay.
sometimes ask to explain in Hindi. So same time,
Mhm.
same thing I repeat twice, like Hindi and English. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay.
yeah. Any other query?
Uh, can you please tell me that duration 80 hours for this course?
80 hours live class for complete of these course. Yeah,
Uh,
approx 80 hours.
okay.
This course will help to write the certifications like PC and SEO certificate.
See, name has been changed, PCNSE and PCNSA, but yeah, definitely it will help you. And we are covering the next generation firewall, and I'll cover the real use case scenario, and also I'll cover the which type of question. I first, what is your agenda? Means what is the purpose of this course? Job change, certification, requirement in current job. What is the requirement?
Requirement.
Means why
Actually,
purpose of this course? Do you want to upskill yourself? Yeah, after. So I'll cover all kind of use cases. Which type of task do we get on day-to-day basis? Which type? Let's suppose I'm covering some topic related to destination net. I will highlight so like most of the interviewer ask this question. So it will help in all your area. Even if you want to do certification, it will help you.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Any other query? Ravindra, Haban, I think Haban, you joined late. And what about Rahul? Rahul Lothe, can you please unmute yourself? Please try to do communicate, guys. Only two, three persons are speaking. What about you, Abid? So we'll do quick intro. I will try to understand, and after that we'll close the session and we'll connect again at 9 p.m. tomorrow. So we'll start with Bijay. Only 1 year, 2 line. Current total years of experience. Purpose of this training. That's it. Name, full name, total years of experience, and purpose of this training. We'll start with Bijay because Bijay name is coming first. So Bijay.
Yes. So my name is Vijay Shivaji Kokate. Currently, I am working in Infosys, and I have total around 9+ years of experience in this field. So purpose of this course is the before I was working in the Palo Alto checkpoint and the Cisco SA also. So currently also I am working in, but the Palo Alto is not in this project. So I just it's been 3 years gap where I was
Mm,
working on the Palo Alto. So I just wanted to brush up the things and
mhm.
get again connected with the Palo Alto
Okay,
firewalls.
okay, okay, okay. What about you, Poonam?
Sir, I am working in the manufacturing domain,
Mhm,
and my basic area is operational technology, and I have around 7 to 8 years experience. I have actually and want to change to OT. Actually, I used to do some OT networking also because there is a part of
okay,
our
okay,
role. But I want depth knowledge
okay,
to
okay.
upgrade the skill, specifically the firewalls.
Mhm.
Uh, but our network mostly use Palo Altos as well as FortiGate.
Okay,
This
okay.
one.
And there must be, if there would be data center, there must be F5 LTM. Okay.
So
Yeah, any other radware that could be load balancer should be also there. Okay. Great, great, Poonam.
yeah.
What about you, Hardik? Hardik.
Yes, yes.